If you've ever set decimal places on a Microsoft Access form and then wondered why Access completely ignored you, this video is for you. Welcome to another Tech Help video brought to you by AccessLearningZone.com. I'm your instructor, Richard Rost. Today we're going to talk about why Microsoft Access ignores the decimal places property and how to force it to behave. Plus, we're building another continuous form, formatting numeric fields, some defensive user interface validation, and lots more. And just to be clear, this is my fitness database series, part 68, but you don't have to care about fitness at all. Fitness is just the backdrop I'm using for this database. The real value here is the techniques I'm showing you, and they apply to any Microsoft Access database, whether you're tracking customers, inventory, orders, or anything else. This is about good database design and building forms that behave the way you expect them to. All right, let's get to it. All right, we've got our body composition table all set. We've got our query all set with our calculated body fat percentage. Now it's time to throw together a real quick continuous form. I know we've done a bunch of continuous forms already. We got the food, we got the meals, we got a lot of extra features in there. I'm not going to load this many features into this one because this one's going to be pretty simple. So let's just copy our continuous form, copy paste, and we're going to call this our body comp F right there. We're going to edit it, design view. Pick a color. I like to keep, my colors fairly consistent. Let's see, we've got green, blue, and purple already. I'm not going to use this one that often, like once or twice a week. So let's just go with something off kilter here. Let's go brown. Yeah, there we go. So is that brown? Let's see. Let's do a little bit dark. There we go. That's definitely brown right there. Okay, I'll go over here. I copy this color here and paste it down there. Whoopsie, I copied a field. Undo. Let's try that again. Back color, copy. Click here. Back color, paste. There we go. All right. I'm going to paste it in the details section as well. And then after I do that, I'm going to come in here. And I like to take that, and then we'll make that brighter, like up to there. Yeah, a little bit different there. Okay, so now let's go and we'll bind this to our table data record source. We're going to use the body comp Q, so we get that calculated value. Now we can pull in the fields that we need, drop them right in here. So form design, add existing fields. Let's grab everybody. We don't need the ID for this, just from here down. Click, drag, drop. We're going to get rid of all of this stuff. Those labels, we can get rid of these fields here, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, let's get rid of those. All right, our date timestamp. Now, do you want to put this to the... I know we're storing the default value is now, right? Let's see. Default value is now. And that's okay. You might care later on in the future as far as what time of the day did I check my, did I weigh myself? It matters, folks. It really matters. Because, before breakfast, I might weigh 2 pounds lighter. So you might want to do a report later on. It doesn't hurt to have the data in the table. Do I need to see it here? Probably not. So this is where you format it. You could, same thing with the body fat percentage. You can keep that data to like 15 decimal places in the table, but you don't want to see that here. So for here, I'm going to format this guy as just a short date. And the short date, we'll use whatever your date format is on your system. You should be using ISO dates. I'm not going to put the thing up again. I've already beat a drum on that one enough. All right, so we got that. We've got the total weight usually comes next. Now, these fields can be tiny because that doesn't have to be big at all. That's probably about enough space right there. Let's see. See, that's another thing I hate is that picker shows up there. I'm going to actually turn the picker off on this one because we're not going to be changing dates on here. Where is it under data? No, format. I always forget where that. There it is. Show date picker. We'll turn that thing off. I'm going to type in the date once, or I'm going to have it default to today's date, but I'm not going to really go in here and try to modify the date too much, right? Okay, and it looks good. That's about enough space there. All right, so fat mass, lean mass, these can be about the same width. Let's do that. Slide these up here. See, this is where, yeah, there's those auto arrange tools and things you can do. I like building my forms by hand, people. Resting heart rate, that's going to be short too. That's a small number. Maybe not that small. BP, this is where you could get a little creative if you wanted to put like a divider sign between those or something fancy. I'm not going to bother right now. BMR, right there. Visceral fat, these are all small numbers. All right, notes will go in the footer like we've been doing. In fact, I'm going to delete that and grab a pre-formatted note field. Let's grab it from the log here. We're going to grab, get out of here. We're going to grab, see, it's got a different name. All right, leave you alone. Let's go food list. Are you just notes? Yeah, you're just notes. See, this one, if it's just notes, then you can copy it and paste it, not to worry about messing with stuff. Let's put you down here in the form footer. There you go. Okay, body fat percentage can go here, and we don't want all those digits, but we do want one decimal place like that. In fact, we're going to probably format a bunch of these as one decimal place. Let's do this. Save it, close it, let's see what we got so far. Well, we got to put it on our main menu too. No, I didn't modify the food list. They'll always read this. I didn't mean to make a change to that, so that's okay. Let's stick it on our main menu. I'll put it right. Let's put it right above. See, now that I've been using this for a while, I barely use these other buttons. I mean, once in a while, I'm mostly in here, but I'm going to shrink this down a little bit. I don't want the main menu getting too big. Let's slide this down here, and we'll just copy it. Copy, paste. Got to have room for our workouts, right? We'll just make this body comp for now. And let's give it our, whoops, I didn't mean to make it red. I want that brown color. There we go. Name the button. Body comp button. See, this may be a little boring for some of you who have done this before, but it's all these little steps, that just get in the habit of the repetition. Naming your button, right? Setting it up here. Just these things, this repetition is what builds good database developers. Okay, I'm going to set this up over here, and we're going to just do command, open form, body comp F, save it. Always throw in a debug compile once in a while. Close it, open it. Let's give it a, whoop. See, now I got this opening up, and I do want this as my default. I do like that opening up when the thing opens. Okay, all right, this looks good. We got some formatting to do here still. Let's save this. Now this, okay, we're getting more decimals than we want here. Design view. Let's left align everybody first of all. All right, select and format and left. And sometimes it doesn't always do it the first way. So I always go, then I do a different one and then left align it. Because if some of these in here aren't the same, it jacks it for some reason. I don't know why. Okay, so format. We got decimal places as 1. But we're still seeing this. Check it out. I'm still seeing this. What's going on here? Well, there's a whole long technical explanation I give in one of my classes. I forget which one. But basically, it boils down to this. The decimal places field here, this property, this is basically a suggestion. It's asking Access. Can you show me like one, please? What you want to use is a format up here. Format is a command. Format says you will show the number like this. Right? So that's what I'm going to use. You don't use decimal places. Sometimes if you got like a percent format, if you got a different format up here, like you're using percent or whatever, you can say, okay, then I want decimal places to be 2 or 3 or 5. Okay, that'll work with you. But if this is blank, then decimal places is like, meh, I'll do it if I feel like it. Right? So always specify a format if you're going to use, if you care about the number of decimal places that are displayed. I know it's confusing. I've been doing this for 30 years. It confuses me too sometimes. And a lot of the times, even I forget that. I put a decimal places in there, and then I save it, and I go and I look, and I'm like, why am I only seeing one decimal? Why? Oh, that's right. I got to put a format in there. Okay, all right. But now you can see it's working, looking good. Now we got to figure out abbreviations for across the top here. I hate doing this because we got really tiny fields, and I'm going to leave them really tiny. Sometimes I'll make the field bigger just because I can't fit the caption on top of it. All right, so this is total weight. WT is fine. And this will be fat mass, so that's easy, fat. And this is lean. Okay. And this is resting heart rate, so resting heart rate. I'll get that, okay. And this will be systolic and diastolic. We'll do that. Okay, BMR, BRM. I did it again. Okay, and this is a visceral fat. Okay, and this will be body fat percentage, like that. Okay, that looks good. I can work with that. Move this over here. This is going to be gray because you can't change it. So we'll do a little of that. A little later. A little bit later. Let's go there. All right. Bring this into here. And I think we are done. Oh, the date. Oh, no, you can change the date time too. And that looks good. Okay. All right. I'm happy with that. Now, here's a little something you can throw in if you want it to just be a little more friendly for the user. For example, we had that rule earlier where the fat mass can't be more than the total weight, right? Now, if they do type something like that in and they move to the next couple records, they don't get that error message because it's built at the table level until they try to leave that record. And then at this point, they might be confused. So it'd be nice if as soon as they typed in the wrong value there, we can show them, hey, you know, just visually, you're wrong with that. You can't do that. And we can do that with a little conditional formatting, right? So let's go into Design View. Let's go to this box here. Go to Format, Conditional Formatting. We'll add our rule. We'll have to use expression is because we're looking at, well, we could use field value is, but let's just do this one with an expression because you might want to add different ones and more in the future. And we'll just say for this one, if fat mass is greater than or even equal to total weight. Don't forget your brackets here too, right? If that's the case, if that happens, then we're going to set it red and white and bold it. Hit apply. And now save it and close it. Now, this should only show up if they do something like this. See, now immediately they're visually told, hey, there's something not right there. Right? And if they click off of it, then they'll get the warning message that says, okay, you can't do that. But now at least they can come back here and fix this and go, okay, it was 110. All right, that's better. All right, so let's delete that because this is my actual data. I don't want to lose it. And this is an example of where you can, you can do some defensive user interface work without having to spend a lot of time building a lot of code. Right? Before update, advance, after update, just put a little visual, something around there in there so they can see that and then be like, oh, okay, I goofed up. A lot of the times when people type in bad data, it's because they're fat fingering it. And I say fat fingering, I'm not making fun of fat people. Me, I got stubby little fingers. Even when I'm in shape, my fingers are little fat little things, which is, I don't know how I play the piano, but I manage. But, right? But fat finger is just a euphemism, meaning I hit a key I shouldn't have hit, right? And again, this doesn't replace table validation. It just kind of supplements it. Now, when you open this guy up, you might not want to see everything in here, right? Going back for however many years you've been keeping track of stuff. So you might want to just see like the past 30 days. So we'll put a couple of boxes across the top so we can filter this. And maybe when the default opens, it'll just show the past 30 days. And you can change it with some buttons. And we'll do that in the extended cut. All right, so in the extended cut, what we're going to do is we're going to add a start date and an end date up here, which you can, type in if you want to type in 2 dates to see all your records. And we'll have to figure out how to get that to load properly when the form loads, right? And then we'll make the records requery based on the dates that are entered if the user types them in. We'll make little buttons so you can see, okay, 30 days, 60 days, show me all the records, whatever you want to see. You can change them, add whatever buttons you want. We'll make these event handler functions so you don't have a ton of code in your module. We just make little simple functions you can just call from right inside the button. And that'll all be in the extended cut for the members. Silver members and up get access to all of my extended cut videos. And you know this, of course, because you've been watching my videos. This is level 68, so you've been here for a while. So now it's time to join. Go ahead and hit that join button, and you'll be able to watch all this cool stuff. So, you saw today why setting decimal places alone in Access isn't enough, and why the format property is what really controls how numbers display, and how you can use simple form design and conditional formatting to make your user interface more defensive and user-friendly without writing a ton of code. As always, fitness is just the backdrop here. The real takeaway is the solid learning experience you get and the Access techniques that apply to any database whether you're working with customers, orders, inventory, whatever else. If you've got questions or comments, or if you've been bitten by this decimal places issue before, post a comment down below and let me know how you like today's video. But that's going to be your Tech Help video for today, brought to you by accesslearningzone.com. I hope you learned something. Live long and prosper, my friends. I'll see you next time. If you enjoyed this video, hit that thumbs up button right now and give me a like. Also, be sure to subscribe to my channel, which is completely free. And make sure you click that bell icon and select all to receive notifications whenever I post a new video. Do you need help with your Microsoft Access project? Whether you need a tutor, a consultant, or a developer to build something for you, check out my Access Developer Network. It's a directory I put together personally of Access experts who can help with your project. Visit my website to learn more. Any links or other resources that I mentioned in the video can be found in the description text below the video. Just click on that Show More link right there. YouTube's pretty good about hiding that, but it's there. Just look for it. Now, if you have not yet tried my free Access Level 1 course, check it out now. It covers all the basics of Microsoft Access, including building forms, queries, reports, tables, all that stuff. It's over 4 hours long. You can find it on my website or my YouTube channel. I'll include a link below you can click on. And did I mention it's completely free? And if you like Level 1, Level 2 is just $1. That's it. And it's free for members of my YouTube channel at any level. Speaking of memberships, if you're interested in joining my channel, you get all kinds of awesome perks. Silver members get access to all of my extended cut tech help videos, and there's hundreds of them by now. They also get one free beginner class each month, and yes, those are from my full courses. Gold members get the previous perks plus access to download all of the sample databases that I build in my tech help videos. Plus, you get access to my code vault where I keep tons of different functions and all kinds of source code that I use. And gold members get one free expert class every month after completing the beginner series. Platinum members get all of the previous perks, plus they get all of my beginner courses, all of them from every subject. And you get one free advanced or developer class every month after finishing the expert series. And you can become a diamond sponsor and have your name listed on the sponsor page on my website. So that's it. Once again, my name is Richard Rost. Thank you for watching this video brought to you by accesslearningzone.com. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you learned something today. Live long and prosper, my friends. I'll see you next time.